And now, Brandon Thick Boy Schaub.
Good morning, kids. You boys coming to you live. When you guys see this, they ain't live. I'm in a tank top. It's summer. Guns out. Got that travel ball dad tank on. That's right. I don't believe in sunscreen, so I look red like a lobster. No cares given. Monday's not coming off on a fantastic start because as we're starting the show, I look down and Chin has Nike socks in Adidas sandals. Hate to see it. Why did you do that to us, Chin?
I don't look at it. I don't care. I just don't. You could tell it was a lazy day today, having socks and sandals in the first place.
Not the way I wanted to start my day.
Sorry, dude.
I'm fresh off the long car ride, hour and a half to Santa Barbara. Kiddo had a travel ball tournament out there. You know, travel ball dads, it's just a different animal. You know this, guys. Guys that are listening, that their kiddos are in travel, it's just a different animal. It takes a lot of time for the boys to get together. You need chemistry. These teams are very good. When I saw the bracket, I do my homework. I looked at it and went, we're probably not going to win a game this tournament. And these little critters, they're starting to gel. You got some boys that are putting the work in, and the first day on Sunday, because we got there on Friday. They had games Saturday morning and afternoon, and then a game on Sunday afternoon. But Saturday, looked at the roster, looked at the schedule, went, okay, be a tough outing for the boys. And they won the first two games. We're the number one seed. And then they're 8. Kids get a little tired. And that we lost to a team that we beat the second game. That's the way it goes with 8-year-olds. But to be at this level, and the last weekend before we're in the championship, this game, this tournament, you know, having a bye, being the number one seed, is progress, man. These boys they're hustling. Great time. Might be top 3 best times I've ever had. Boys in Santa Barbara, me, Bosty T, one hotel room, just going to the beach, playing baseball, hanging out with the baseball dads and moms. It was fantastic, man. It was so much fun. Traffic in Santa Barbara, not cool. Thanks, Ellen. You know what I'm saying? Traffic one road. Thanks, Ellen. Thanks, Prince Harry. They live out there, Montecito. It's right there. I think they're the reason for the lane shutdowns, okay? I can't confirm that. I don't know. I was able to watch the Mike Perry and Jake Paul fight on Saturday on my phone. Not ideal, but travel ball dads get it done, dude. Where do I start? The consensus out there, obviously there's the dislike for Jake Paul, but he has his fans, right? And I'm one of them. The consensus of, all right, dude, you're the bigger guy fighting the smaller guy. That's fair. That's fair. I would like to see him fight somebody his size. That's fair. I still thought Mike Perry was going to give him his toughest test. Tommy Fury still holds that crown, and that's not saying much. I thought Mike Perry was going to, I guess I should have realized that he does fight with his hands down, and being the smaller fighter, he was going to get lit up. Now, I did have a conversation with a gentleman in the DMs, was like, yo, what do you think of Perry, Jake Paul? Is the size difference can be a factor? I said, it's definitely a factor because Mike Perry likes to get hit. And that was what happened. I get the sense as how a lot of, other guys in the space do what I do. Maybe they have a UFC background and boxing background. Like, come on, Jake, fight somebody your size, fight a real boxer. I get your gripes with that. You're fair to that point. But I would say this, if you're Jake Paul and you're the management team today and you're sitting around wherever in Bali or Costa Rica or where the hell they're at, just drinking Mai Tais and counting their money, once you look around and go, why? Why? Why should we take on tougher competition? Yeah, but you're fighting smaller guys. I know, people are watching. We're still making the more money fighting smaller guys that aren't boxers that are more famous. Is that not the business plan they seeked out? They're doing it. So I get it. I get it. If you don't like it, if you think it's bullshit, he's a bully, he's the bigger guy, or even if he's not the bigger guy, he's fighting older guys. I get all that. But I think where you could kind of change your perspective is, why wouldn't he do that? You're confusing him for a legit, real boxer like a Terrence Crawford or Gervonta Davis or Canelo Alvarez. You're confusing him for that. And the waters are murky because he is doing the sport of boxing, but he's doing influencer celebrity boxing, a type of that. He's not doing the same boxing that a Canelo's doing. He's not doing the same boxing that a Usyk is doing. He's doing the same sport, but he's in a completely different lane. But you're holding to this criteria where you want to see him fighting guys his size and same skill level and same age. He's making more money than most of those guys I mentioned. If I'm Jake, I'm his team, and I'm sure apparently so. If I'm his team, there's no reason to try to silence the haters that want you to fight tougher competition, younger competition. You're making more money than all these guys. And it's prize fighting. It's not this prize fighting that we're accustomed to. I'm with you. You're kind of like, oof. Especially with Mike Perry, like that size advantage is an issue, man. And his hands are down. This is an issue. If you're Jake Paul, you're like, look how much money I made. I didn't get touched. I knocked the dude out. And he's the face of bare knuckle. I got Conor. He has Conor now tweeting about him. So if the goal is to make the most money possible, keep doing what you're doing, young man. Don't listen to these other fight experts, fight analysts, the fans, the fight fans. I would tune out all that and keep doing what you're doing. Because his fan base, I don't think it matters. And that's who pays his bills. Those are the people tuning in. The real hardcore fight fans probably aren't tuning in. They're going to criticize it because you're taking out some guys that are beloved and, some real fighters. And they're older and, we don't like it. But if you're Jake, keep doing what you're doing, young man. Now, I did have this thought, though. When you watch Jake Paul versus Mike Perry, after seeing how he handled Mike Perry, if you think Mike Tyson would be a tougher test, you're probably voting for Kamala Harris. You're out of your goddamn mind. That's insane, right? That's insane to vote for her at this point. Even being, I can distinguish between the two. Jake Paul is a different animal compared to a traditional boxer. He's an influenced boxer who's fighting real fighters, but they're smaller and they're not typical boxers, but he's getting more money than everybody else. All right, do you, young king. Saying all that, I don't want to see him fight Mike Tyson. Do you know anybody that does? Is there anybody out there like, oh, dude, I cannot wait to see Tyson versus Jake, man. Oh, my God. Can you imagine? Yeah, I can. And it wouldn't be good for Mike. Mike's 60. He had to delay the fight due to an ulcer. Like it's just not, who's going to sanction this? But with Jake, he's like, yeah, I'm going to beat up the old dude. Oh, that's your legend? Watch this. And it's going to be the most watched fight of all time. That's the world we live in, man. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I want to see it while I watch it, of course. But I'm just saying, even if you're, Netflix doesn't know fighting at all. They're just looking at the analytics. And, that's the world we live in. That will be the most watched fight in the history of combat sports. Because on Netflix, you look at the subscribers, it's live, it's free, it's Mike Tyson. The casuals know Mike Tyson. Some of the casuals know Jake Paul, but he has this massive younger fan base. So it's a perfect blend to get the most watched fight of all time. Is it right? No. Most watched fight of all time. For Mike Tyson, Jake Paul to be the most watched combat sport fight of all time is offensive, but it's just where we're at. And of course, Jake's going to get a ton of hate, but if Jake was your kid or if you were Jake's brother, would you tell him to do anything different? It's just the world we live in. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying I condone it, but the young king's making so much money beating up these old, smaller people, man. And now he has his sights set on Mike Tyson, who has an ulcer and who's 60. It's not good. But again, it's going to be the most watched fight of all time. So as a take away all the sweet science and, these guys getting screwed by their organizations and the promoters, take all that out. Wouldn't you tell them to keep doing it? I'm not saying I agree with it. It's just the state we're in, man. And I don't know anybody that wants to see it, but it's going to be the most watched fight of all time. That's where we're at. I don't want to see it. I don't know anyone that wants to see Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson or John Jones versus Stipe. If they exist, holler. I've never seen a person online or in person that's like, dude, can't wait for Jake Paul, Mike Tyson. It's going to be a banger. Oh, dude, I'd much rather watch John Jones versus Stipe than John versus Aspinall. Doesn't exist.
Well, let me say real quick. I do want to see Tyson versus Jake Paul, but I don't want to see Mike. I don't want to see Mike Tyson get knocked out and hurt badly. That's what I fear now.
So you want to see Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul, but you want it to be kind of just a exhibition.
Here's the thing. So that's why it's tough for me, because I want it to be a real fight, but then I don't want to see Mike Tyson get jacked up.
So then you don't want to see it, because if
I don't want to see.
Because if it's a real fight, that thing ain't going even 6 rounds. Remember, Mike Perry's in his prime, current phase of bare knuckle boxing. He's beat up bigger guys, right? Beat Luke Rockhold, beat Michael Venom Page, killer. In his prime, active. He didn't last to the distance. And you want to see a 58-year-old Mike Tyson with an ulcer after his last performance against Roy Jones Jr. That was
lame, though.
Tell me about it. And that was all orchestrated. So if the rules are off and this is a real fight, you don't want to, trust me, Chin, you don't want to see that.
Definitely.
Because if you want to see Mike Tyson suffer a straight up, hardcore, flat out, face first knockout, that's what you're going to get. Now, it might not be that. It might be they have this rule that we don't know about, and it's going to go the distance. They're going to have fun. It's a glorified sparring match. I don't think that. So then, what do you want?
Exactly. So that's why it's a struggle for me to figure out. Wait, Case, didn't you have a thing where you think it's not going to even happen now? Because everyone's worried about Tyson after this fight, especially.
I was worried before I knew about the ulcer.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think so either. Unless the only way it happens if there's some shenanigans going on that we don't know about. There's no way. No. Unless Tyson's surrounded by Don King and those same sharks as before, there's no way anybody in his camp's like, you can do this.
If it's a fake fight, then I definitely don't want to see it. But I'll tell you this, though.
I'd say the only way you're going to see it is if it's a fake fight or a glorified sparring match and Jake's told he can't knock him out. That's the only way you're going to get this on Netflix.
All right. But I'd be honest, though. If it was a real fight and they had the pay-per-view, I would likely purchase the pay-per. Even though I don't want to see Tyson get jacked up, I would likely buy the pay-per-view. Just being real.
You fucked up, right?
Why?
Because you're saying that you'd buy it if it's a real fight, but you don't want to see Tyson get jacked up. If it's a real fight, the only way this goes is your boy Tyson.
I would still watch
ass up, face down.
I would still watch.
I don't want to. It's not fair, dude. How that's even sanctioned is wild.
But I
and the hate for Jake. He's getting hate for Mike Perry. You knock out the legend Mike Tyson at 60 with an ulcer?
58.
Ooh.
I know.
I can't even imagine the onslaught of pure toxic hate headed his way. He doesn't care. And the amount of money he's going to get paid, I'm sure he doesn't care. You root for that young lion, though. Get yours, man.
Yes.
He figured out the cheat code in prize fighting. And that I'm all about. But don't knock out Mike Tyson. Go fight somebody else. Darren Till. I'm all about that. That'd be a great fight. Darren Till's not small either.
No, he's big. Yeah, but just to throw this back at you, I remember you mentioned this before. Like, you shouldn't get in the way of someone that wants to make money if that's that's what they want to do. So Tyson, he's an adult, older than all of us. Like, if he wants to do that fight,
That's the problem, Chip, because Mike Tyson's heart, that fighter's heart, who made him from Brownsville, New York, to he came from the gutters to be the world champion, the face of boxing. That heart and that fighter's blood never goes away. But the body breaks down, the brain breaks down. But that heart's always there, and that's why a lot of fighters go on and do great things when they're done fighting. But you have to have people around you that go, we know you think you can knock out Jake Paul. We know you want to be, back in the spotlight and on Netflix and be part of the biggest fight of all time. Here's the downside, Mike. We know inside you man, if you're 19 or if you're even 30 years old, a 38-year-old Mike Tyson would beat Jake Paul. But you're 58, bud. It's going to fuck up your legacy, dude. You have to have those people around you go, Mike, we know that's in there, bud. It's never going away. Anybody seeing the UFC or at that level of boxing, that's in every aspect of everything you do. You were born with a fighter's heart. That never goes away. But your muscles do, the brains do, the speed does, all that goes away. And you have to have someone around you go, hold up. I know you think you can beat him. It's just not the way to go. You have to have those people around you. It doesn't sound like Mike does. Or he does, and this is a glorified sparring match, and they know that he's not going to get knocked out. We'll find out. I'm leaning towards Casey's assessment where I'm like, I don't think it happens. I don't know who. Again, I don't know anybody. Want to see John Jones Stipe and Mike Tyson, Jake Paul. Maybe they're out there and they're just not on social media or alive and breathing. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe because the spectacle of it. If it's a glorified sparring match and it's the most watched fight of all time, which is a shame for fight sports, but it is what it is. The most watched fight of all time should be Gustafsson John Jones. 1. That's what represents the sport.
Oh, let me ask you this. So if it does go through and it's a real boxing match, like a real, they're actually going for knockouts. Let's say Tyson gets severely injured.
Starched.
Doesn't that mess up the sport then? Like, as far as like that won't happen again. Like this type of boxing, influencer, celebrity.
Nope. I think it fires up guys who grew up idolizing Mike Tyson and they're coming for Jake Paul.
Interesting.
They're going to come to defend Mike Tyson and he's going to have his plethora of picks from real boxers and he's going to have a problem. And he's going to avoid it. That's what I'd do if I was him. We ain't fighting Canelo. But look what he's doing now. Look with all the, like him being this bully that people don't like and him starching Mike Pereira is tough to watch. Now whose attention did he get? Conor McGregor. Who's the biggest fight he can have? Maybe besides his brother. Conor's probably bigger. Now Conor's talking to him. Call him a bag of piss and all this stuff. So this is Conor's tweet to Jake after the fight. Jake Paul's the biggest piss bag I have ever seen in my life. 40-pound weight difference, juiced out of his head, still shooting himself in there. Nikisa, that's his man, or that guy balled it. Yeah. You should take him to Vegas. Oh, that's right. You could never. The Athletic Commission testing, real fighting. Bitch asses. You could never. And then calling out a 6-year-old Mike Tyson fresh off a flight medical emergency. I swear to God, a fat can of piss. Most valuable piss bag. 18 million views. Boom. You got the biggest name in the sport just come at you.
Just refreshed it. Now it's 19.1 million.
19 million views.
Insane.
He's doing something right. Doing something right. And you knock out Mike Tyson, this is going to get worse. You're going to have like The Rock coming after him. You're going to have Biden coming after him. You know what I'm saying? Even Trump's like, yo, young man, how dare you? Everyone, Mike Tyson's beloved, dude. Beloved. You have Hollywood, you have a ton of people come from. So this is Paul on the...
Talking about the weight discrepancy.
So people say everything about weight difference. 40 pounds, 40 whatever. I was 212 pounds in the ring tonight, so 10 pounds different. That's common in boxing.
That's what he's claiming. I don't know. But we don't know for a fact what Mike Perry weighed.
Yeah,
there. But he's going to weigh more, though, obviously.
Mike Perry sure as fuck wasn't...
212?
Mike Perry wasn't 212, but Mike Perry wasn't 202. Because he's saying 10 pounds. He says he was 212.
Oh, yeah. I think he's giving a range. But Mike Perry most likely weighed a little bit more. Their weight was 200, right, to weigh in.
Oh.
So Mike probably weighed a little bit more, right? But not a lot.
I bet he was under.
Oh yeah, they did say he was like 194 or something, 196. So he came in under. So he's probably like hydrating to even try and get close.
So he probably did weigh a little under then.
Big time. Yeah. Oh, complete mismatch. Yeah. But again, the goal is to make as much money as possible with the biggest, toughest name. You did it. So far as his business plan, he's killing it. You guys might not like it, but the boy's making more money than anybody you root for besides Conor McGregor or Tyson Fury.
Yep.
And then he calls out Alex Pereira.
Yeah.
Oof. Now here's the thing. Fun call out, keeps going, going against Dana, and this isn't get news. He's a marketing genius. Even if you hate this, I get it. Doing something right. He's the biggest, one of the biggest names in combat sports in the short amount of time he's been fighting. You call it Alex. Clearly, it's never happening, ever. But now we're talking about it, So he said, Alex, you said you want to box. I'm the king of this. Come over. We can make it happen. I want you, Alex. I just beat the KFC champion. I beat multiple UFC champions. He said he wants to box. Alex, after Mike Tyson, let's make it happen. Jake knows that's never happening. You know what Alex would do to Jake? And again, Jake's my boy. You know what Alex would do and fuck it with his left hook? And it's never happening. But for Jake, this just gives him credit. Like, holy shit, he's calling out Alex, the boogeyman of the UFC? Yes. It's all calculated. Smart. It's clearly never happening.
And then they FaceTime after. I think you saw this, but I'll just play it real quick. All right, here's a video of...
Holy shit, look at these comments. This guy says, love Alex, but Jake's boxing is actually way above what Alex could even comprehend. I have Jake winning the third. Alex won't know what to do without his kicks. Oh,
600
you must never seen the footage of Alex boxing, sir.
651 likes. But I'm sure everyone's going to be like, okay, you're crazy.
You would hope, but you never know this day and age. Let's take a little break, kids. Chatting all things Jake Paul, Mike Perry, UFC 304. Because your boy has been known to travel, and I don't check bags. That's for casuals. I don't do that. There's nothing worse than having to check a bag. So I depend on a good travel bag that I can just put up in the carry-on. But I still need to pack a lot of stuff. So I needed the exact luggage that was able to do that. And that's when my friends at Away took care of all my needs. They sent me the gray one. And they have 2 carry-on sizes. All right. They have 2 checked sizes, but like I said, I only do the carry-on. I asked for the carry-on, and carry-on bags break all the time, or they just look silly. Away got you covered, man. The bag is soft, but it's not super sensitive. It's super durable. It's flexible. Best part, it's expandable. So it has a zipper on it that will expand, but still fits in on the overhead. So it's fantastic. You got to check out the new soft side luggage from Away. Head on over to Away, awaytravel.com/Schaub, SCHAUB. If you see me at the airport, come say what's up. You'll see an Away travel bag with me. It's gray. It's the only one I use, the only one I depend on. Brought it to Alaska, bring it to Texas this week. Brought it with the travel ball teams in Santa Barbara. It's the only luggage I use that's Away. My kid uses my maroon one. It's all the Schaub family travels with. That's awaytravel.com/Schaub to see the new soft side luggage from Away. Awaytravel.com/Schaub. This episode of the Schaub Show is also brought to you by one of my faves, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I'm there all the time harassing them about parts for my 20-year-old Ford Lightning. They have it all. They always have it all. They're super helpful at O'Reilly Auto Parts. They're friendly, helpful service, parts knowledge you need for all your maintenance and repairs. I had to spray paint the truck bed trim on my Ford Lightning because now that it's black, I didn't want it gray. They had the exact paint, the primer, everything I needed. I just asked the guy, he goes, I got you, my man. My boy Casey at O'Reilly here in the Valley took care of everything I need. So O'Reilly Auto Parts, they can help my dumbass. They're definitely going to help you. So whether you're a car expert or an auto rookie, you'll find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are super knowledgeable, helpful, and best of all, friendly. Professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself, and you can find whatever you need in-store or online. I ask them for all sorts of random stuff from spark plugs to freaking windshield wipers, the side marker, you name it. They either have it in-store or order it. I pick it up the next day, or they have it in the back. Ask them if they have it in stock in the back. It's deep. It looks like a small store, but the back goes on forever. I know what their magic is. So stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today. Visit them at O'ReillyAuto.com/Schaub. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/Schaub. O'Reilly.
So apparently, he FaceTimed him with Alex and the manager Ed Suarez after the fight.
Yeah. We'll talk to him. Jen. Hey.
Falou, quanto mais alta eles são, mais maior aqui.
So
they're all laughing. Yeah, that ain't happening. But if Dana did want to finish Jake, like, go ahead, Alex. One fight. One time only. Go ahead and do it. Dude, what if Jake knocked him?
See that exactly? I was talking to Case about that earlier. I'm like, what if that happened? Like, what do you do?
I think we just call it quits. No, there's no more UFC.
Yeah,
we're done.
I think you just shut down the shop.
Yeah.
You just close this popsicle stand.
Yeah,
like, it's just, we can't win.
Just bail.
Yeah. Nina put, Dana White, on behalf of the MMA community, please send Alex to finish the job. What if Dana would? I don't think so.
But Dana he had the balls to put Chuck in Pride, you know?
Oh, you're talking about 20 years ago, Chin?
I'm saying he does take risks. He does take
20
chances.
years ago, Chin.
Still.
No. They're just operating at a whole different level now. Dana despises Jake. That would only help solidify Jake's business. He sure as fuck ain't doing that. There's not a chance. And he's not the owner. Remember, he sold. So you got to convince those other guys, the other board members, to let him do this. And then what platform is it on? Because remember, and he said he would never work with Showtime again. He would never do that again after Conor because they had to give up power to Showtime and Espinoza, and they hated it, man. I don't see it happening. Be great if he did.
How big do you think that fight would be if it actually happened? If it was even a co-promotion? Alex Poatan versus Jake Paul.
Biggest fight he can make.
And they probably would do it on Netflix, right? If they have
It would depend where the UFC's at with their TV rights. Nope. I bet if Dana's running it, the only way Dana can take all. It's not going to work because you have Jake who has his business and they do what's best for them. And then Dana always gets the upper hand no matter who it is, even with Showtime. Dana controls everything. He's just, he's a shark. So you have two egos involved. I would bet Dana's like, we'll do it, but it has to be a UFC pay-per-view or a UFC, something like that. We're not going to do it on MVP and do it where on DAZN. Like they can't do it on DAZN. That's not going to work. Unless, because Alex is a subcontracted employee. So then, I don't know.
But it would be one of the biggest fights, you think?
Huge.
Yeah.
Massive. Alex is an absolute superstar. Jake would be a 4-1 underdog, I would assume, if the world's rotating like it should. And if not, the world's flat.
Alrighty. This also happened the day before Mike Perry's fight. Him and remember Adam Kovacs, from the Karate Combat head guy, but he's no longer with them anymore. I guess they're launching with some other people a thing called Dirty Boxing Championship.
What's that?
I'll show you what Mike Perry did here as far as the rule
And isn't Mike
sets.
Perry an owner of
He says to
BKFC?
Conor McGregor, when Conor
He's like,
said that
you can't
stuff.
fire me. I'm the owner of BKFC. I'm one of the
Part
owners
owner,
too. Yeah.
So this is just some of the rule sets that he showed.
They wear gloves?
If I could,
But they're like smaller ounce gloves.
only our sport is gonna have this. Oh, come on, fight me, bang, bang. And I hit him with something big, and he goes down, and I just come over top, and I keep punching him, and he scrambles, and I try to punch him, and he gets a Belahiva, and then he pushes me away, and the ref stands us back up, and we start to box again. Let's go. Oh wait, Sam, we're gonna put some elbows in there.
Wait, it's just MMA without grappling.
Yeah,
That's all. It's MMA striking, but no kicks without
I'd
grappling.
say pretty much from what he's demonstrating here. Yeah, pretty much. So you can do elbows. You can do you can hit the grounded opponent, but you have to be on top. You can't be with a knee on the ground or whatever.
Yeah,
And then eventually they'll stop it.
it's like a street fight with gloves on.
Yeah.
But nobody knows grappling. Do we need another? Do we need another
Oh,
fight?
so
Lee?
check this out: no grappling, submissions, or kicks.
Yeah, I said all this, dude.
No, MMA fights. It's still like you still have kicks.
No, I said
and grappling.
I know. That's what I said. It's an MMA fight with no kicking, no grappling. That's how you sum this up. Yeah, it's MMA striking, just no kicks, no knees, no grappling. So we're only giving you the best of what you want.
But elbows are allowed.
Yeah, no kicks, man.
Ground and pound from top. All right, whatever.
exactly
Either
what I
way,
said.
the fact that this is even
My only
happening
thing
is
is,
kind of crazy.
do we need another fight league? You see what happened to Khabib when he tried starting a fight league? He had to run to Abu Dhabi.
Eagle something, right?
Yeah, that Eagle FC's. My boy Khabib living in Abu Dhabi left everybody behind. He's in Abu Dhabi. Can't even go back to Russia, dude. That's where we're at. For Perry, it's like maybe he has investors and he's not putting his money up, but man, it's a tough gig. Being a promoter, a lot of money, but I'm sure he has some backing. Do we need another one though? There's a lot to watch these days, Is
Yeah,
anybody
as long as
like, oh, I love MMA, I just hate when they go to the ground? Yeah, I guess there's some people. Oh, you mean bare knuckle? But they have gloves on,
And plus, I don't like the freaking wrist strap thing. Like, if it's bare knuckle, just do bare knuckles. They're without any wrist support. Like that makes it a real how Rogan says it. Like you can only punch so hard before your hand gets jacked up, but you're gonna punch harder with the
Support.
wraps on. Yeah, so I'm like or whatever you call that. So I'm like, if they just did literally bare knuckle, no extra straps or whatever to help your wrist stay there, that'd be like a real fight, closer to a real fight.
Well,
as far as boxing,
Yeah,
at
this
least.
stuff already exists, dude. It's called Game Bread, and I commentate on it. Come on, dude. That stuff, a real fight actually exists. It's called Game Bread.
But don't they have wrist support too,
no,
bro?
they can. Some guys say no. Some guys decide to strap up, but you're saying you want no tape, nothing, Chin.
Yeah, because if you have
Some of these
support on
street
your
fights,
wrist-
guys have watches on.
yeah,
Big G-Shock. Oh, so you don't even want the wrap.
because it's supporting your wrist. So if you have way more support on your wrist, right,
can hit
you can hit harder. But then it'll
Makes
end
for
up
better fights.
But it could possibly mess up your hand more. Like just to make it real, just no wraps.
God, dog, you're ruthless. I mean, I don't mind some tape here and there.
I don't know. I think
You don't want the tape, huh? You cool with mouthpieces or no?
I think
Christ, dude.
after time,
She's
people-
like, I think they should fight to the death.
no.
It's like, give him guns.
Why don't we do duels?
I think after time they'll adjust to how hard you can punch. Or, just like
You know what's gonna suck though? You're gonna need a horrible product. If every guy's breaking his hand on the first punch, guys gonna be
no, they're going to break their hands regardless. I think they're breaking their hands more now.
No, I disagree. They're more hesitant to even punch without gloves. You take away the wrist support and some of the wrap, then guys are even more hesitant. You get a bad product.
So I agree with that. But as far as like damaging the hands, I think having support on your wrist, you're going to punch harder. And then you're going to end up like putting more damage to your, your knuckles and
Just
everything
to get more knockouts. And the guys aren't as reserved.
So yeah, my damage product, I don't, but this is just what I thought of, like if you want it to be like a real fight,
Dude,
a real bare knuckle
Rogan
fight.
should run the league that he's talking about where they fight on basketball courts, which is an awful idea. And then you should be his Mick Maynard and say, yeah, no wrist support. And we just get an awful product we can't sell. And Rogan also wants no time limit. I told him how bad of an idea it is.
I like the time limits because you can get refreshed a little bit, right? In between rounds.
But to your point, street fights, there's no round. There's no 1 minute rest.
But I mean, so we're trying to make something sellable, but be as close to a street fight as possible.
Impossible. It's called the UFC. Or Game Bread. It already exists.
Yeah.
For Mike Perry, like he's killing it. And it's like, hopefully he's not investing his money into this. You know how tough it is to start promotion, man.
That's another thing that's crazy. So we were talking before you got here too, like Perry's so incredible at bare knuckle, but when he does this boxing thing, it's like he looks like a different person.
Yeah.
Like, does that glove size and all that stuff, is that the huge deal or?
I think it's a number of things, the distance, but his fighting style, he always closes distance and marches forward. I think it's tough too because the size difference was a real issue. He's fighting a young guy who's agile, mobile, hits like a fucking Mack truck. He just breaks guys' wills. He's never been the most technical boxer or fighter ever. It's not his thing.
Yeah.
His thing's toughness. But when you fight with your hands down a boxing match and it's a young guy who hits harder than you, he's bigger than you, he's faster than you, that's a recipe for disaster. That's what happened. This is tough to watch.
Yeah, but you also mentioned before, like Michael Page, Luke Rockhold, with just bare knuckles, he's freaking killing it. Like,
because you can get away with that without the technique with that and just pure. He's the toughest guy that Jake's ever going to fight. So you can get away with, he doesn't have as much technique as Luke Rockhold, Michael Venom Page, any of these guys. He's just tough as nails.
So the glove size, it has to matter then, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
But also the size of the guy he's fighting too, and the age.
Yeah, but I mean, Luke is huge.
I don't think Mike beats Jake in bare knuckle.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like
it's size, age thing,
So it's literally the size of something on your hand, like if it's a bigger glove versus just your bare knuckles.
No, I see. I know people say that, like, oh, if this was bare knuckle, it doesn't glove, no glove, takedowns, no takedowns. No, he's fighting a younger, got kid in his prime that has a lot more power. He's quicker than him. Like, it doesn't matter what they did, he'd beat him. It's not bare knuckle boxing. No gloves, doesn't matter. He's fighting a young, tough kid who's more athletic, has more power.
Bigger, all that stuff, but
stronger, hits harder.
In order to answer Chin's question, we'd have to see Mike Perry box
younger,
like guys that he's fought in BKFC, like Mike Perry box, Luke Rockhold,
gotcha,
Mike Perry
yeah.
box, Michael Venom
Yeah.
Page.
Yeah, so that's what I think that even that little tiny detail with just the glove sizes, right? Like a bare fist.
The same shots aren't like doing as much damage. He's not doing. He broke Luke Rockhold's teeth. Like he's not doing it with boxing gloves.
Yeah, for sure. Not the teeth part.
Yeah.
Or very unlikely. Yeah, anyway. It was just a question on that. So there's some bout announcements. This is pretty cool. UFC 307.
Big boy fight.
Movsar Evloev versus Aljamain Sterling.
That's a great fight.
And that's featherweight, of course, because Aljamain went up.
It's a hell of a fight.
And Movsar is undefeated.
God damn it, Salt Lake City again?
Yeah, we went there for one of your shows, right?
Yeah.
And I guess there's also like a elevation type of thing there.
Fuck yeah. Altitude's insane.
And this is going to be booked for the Sphere. This is Raul Rosas Jr. And he's fighting
Good for him.
the Chinese dude that was like, I think, born in Mongolia. He's called a Mongolian murderer.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so
I'm glad he's on the card though.
yeah, first dude, he has to be on the card.
Right?
So
That's a good
pretty
fight
cool.
for him too.
I kind of feel like we all thought this would happen, but so Nick Diaz versus Vicente Luque, it's going to be postponed because travel issues, and I think most likely it's Nick Diaz.
Yeah, he probably can't travel. And then also, I heard Jake Shields. I forget what podcast he said it on. I don't think it was. Maybe it was Jackson, my boy Bear, with Rampage. He was saying that Nick Diaz for whatever his last fight, he goes, he didn't train at all. He just showed up.
Robbie Lawler, he got TKO'd.
He just showed up.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah.
It's
kind of crazy because we would see pictures of Nick Diaz like looking all,
in shape,
lean and jacked, and then we saw him in the fight. He did not look like that.
Those
that
are
at
old
all.
pictures. Yes.
Yeah. This I thought was also interesting. This is about like a week old though. King Mo.
He's in trouble.
He was retired and he's back now. He's signed with BKFC.
He's gonna be trouble. He's explosive, tough as shit. Yeah, King Mo's the man. Best wrestling coach I've ever seen.
Oh,
Hands down.
nice.
So goddamn knowledgeable. Great dude.
And he loves pro wrestling, that whole culture too.
Yeah, I know he's coaching. Was he coaching at ATT? But best coach I've seen. I worked there with everybody. He's so fucking good.
And he's fighting Dave
Great
Mendel.
dude.
So this is King Mo's last fight. 2019 was his last one in Bellator.
God dang, yeah, they gave him they put him through the fucking ringer. I mean, he beat he lost to Mirko and Ryzen. And then he beat Rampage. That's 2017. Then when he got to Bellator, Jesus Christ, for the heavyweight world title, he fought Ryan Bader, Liam McGarry, tough. He fought Yeri and Ryzen. Jesus. That's for the heavyweight championship.
Yeah, and this is his opponent, who's been doing this is more of his MMA stuff, but he's been doing BKFC, and not too bad in BKFC.
I'll take King Mo all day. Oh shit! Wait, hold up. That's his B. Oh, okay, he's tough in BKFC. Oh wow. Okay. Jesus Christ. That boy's only lost one fight to Hector Lombard. Jesus Christ, that was a decision. Kid's a problem. Not ideal for King Mo, but it's also King Mo. He's fought the who's who. All right, tough fight for King Mo. Go King Mo though.
And plus, if you're like good at bare knuckle, it's like we're talking before, it's different than
Yeah.
Did you see this video? So Trump spoke at Donald Trump's RNC convention, right? It's a
Republican convention.
But he spoke there, but then he had to he was vacationing in Italy, and they took a helicopter to pick him up from a super yacht.
Yep.
Got to a private jet, and then, same thing backwards to get back on the yacht after 48 hours. But this is
Why is this impressive?
I'll tell you in a second.
It just shows you how rich he is.
I know, but check this out. Look at this yacht.
No, I know. It's fucking insane. He deserves it. He's crushing it. That yacht is wild.
It's one of the biggest ones I've ever seen.
That's what she said.
But anyway, he only rented it for a week, I think, and it was like $3 million.
Yeah. Dana White, man.
Yeah.
He makes all the money in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I assume that he's vacationing like that. Crazy flex. Crazy flex. People are like, Dana took time out of his vacation to speak at the convention. This poor dude got off his $400 million yacht to take a private helicopter to Milwaukee. It's like, okay. Yeah, badass, dude. He deserves it and crushed it at the convention. They had Hulk Hogan and him there. Politics are wild right now. Wild. Hulk Hogan going, Trumpanites. I'm like, oh, God. Ripped his shirt. You're like, what is happening right now?
Oh, I didn't see that part.
Shout to Hulk Hogan. And Kamala Harris in there. You're like, what is happening?
Ugh, yeah.
Wait, people don't even get to vote? You're just putting her in? This is a democracy? This is wild.
But I mean,
If you think she's going to win, you're out of your
no,
fucking
dude,
mind.
Trump, how could Trump not win? It would be like the biggest like inside job if he didn't win.
Yeah, that's how she's going to win, Jen. Yeah, it's crooked as shit, dude. Once you realize we have no control, you know, it's wild.
Time will tell. We'll see.
My favorite, and it happens on both sides. Both sides are fucking out of their mind. Now you, now you'll see same people who are like, you know, age is an asset here. You know, Biden's sharp as a tack, all that stuff. Now that Kamala's in, she's younger than Trump. They're like, come on, Trump's age, man. This is ridiculous. How can you vote for this guy? Like, but last week you tweeted. It's so fun to see. The world is chaos right now. Let's take a little break here because July is getting hot and it's ending even hotter with UFC 304. I'm not talking about just one title fight. I'm talking 2 title fights. You got the welterweight title fight on the line, Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad. Then you have the real heavyweight title fight on the line. We're talking about Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blaydes. It's all going down this Saturday. Watch those title fights. Make bank with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. The welterweight and they say interim heavyweight title. I say straight up just heavyweight title is going down this Saturday. Speaking of stacked, if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the code SHOW. That's code SHOW for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Deposit and eligibility restrictions apply. See terms and responsible gaming resources at dkng.co/MMA.
This episode is also brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews, news, or even motivational speakers, you call the shots on what's in your podcast, right? What's in the queue? You got to call that. Well, guess what? You can do that with your insurance too. Enter the Name Your Price tool from Progressive, lets you call the shots. The Name Your Price tool puts you in charge of your auto insurance by working just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, then they'll show you a variety of coverages that fit within your budget, giving you options. Now that's something you'll want to press play on. It's easy to start a quote, and you'll be able to choose the best option for you, and it's fast. It's just one of the many ways you can save with Progressive Insurance. Get a quote today at Progressive.com to try the Name Your Price tool for yourself and join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Progressive Insurance. This was insane.
You saw this? So this Alex Pereira.
I mean, Alex, was he the best guy in the world?
And whoever his team is, they're on top of everything. Seriously, they're good. And plus, I think this is literally things that he wants to do, but the fact that the team captures all these moments is great.
Yeah. You know, in this day and age of social media, you're like, oh, is he just doing this for the cameras? I don't think so.
No, he seems like a good dude.
Yeah,
like
genuine
a really
person.
Good dude.
Especially when, like, help that lady on the side of the road or that gentleman with his car changing the tire. Now, you know, says UFC champ Alex brought to tears after request to shave young cancer patient's head. Like, god dang, man.
So this is the clip of him doing it, but I think he did visit a hospital with cancer patients, just from like what I read online, but I'll show you this part of the video.
Dude, if you've ever visited one of those cancer hospitals, the patients, dude, when I was fighting, they asked me to go to children's hospitals. This is before I had kids. I can't imagine going now. They asked me to go. And they're like, hey, listen, everyone comes in, they're sad, and people are crying. And, you know, the kids, that's all they see. So, you know, she was like, you're a fighter, you're tough, don't cry. Because then, you know, that's all the kids deal with. Like, just try to get through it. I was like, oh, you got it. I got this. Not a chance. No. Toughest thing I've ever done in my life.
Yeah, man.
Impossible. Heartbreaking. Heart fucking breaking.
Kids going through like that's
awful,
insane,
dude.
yeah.
Toughest job in the world.
All right, so I'll just play this clip for you.
Thank you so much. To be able to shave my head, I'm gonna lose it. And if anyone shaves it, I'd love it to be you. Thank you so much. That's awesome. Thank you. It's crazy. I'm getting my hair cut by Alex Pereira. Oh, that's the coolest photo ever.
Agradeço a Deus, né? É difícil.
You know, he has his 2 boys as well, and you know, it's difícil. Can I give you a hug? Thank you so much. I'm gonna win one of these one day. Alex, would you be able to shave my head?
Yeah, powerful.
I cannot love that guy. This is social media in a nutshell, though. So you see that, right? Like, good God, man, what a great guy. And this fucking moron replies, still got KO'd by Izzy.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
the world you're living in. That's the internet. Be careful what you pay attention to.
Here's the thing that I think is crazier. 19 likes. Like, there's 19 people out there that liked that.
You got 19.
More people replied, I'm sure.
I'm sure they're lighting them up. You got 19 people that their fathers failed them. That's what that shows me. This Garnett kid, your father failed you, bud. Those 19 likes, your parents failed.
Yeah.
That's what that
sad,
shows
man.
me.
Okay. More lighter news. So this came out recently. Apparently, Cody Garbrandt got a new tattoo. Face
I thought it
tattoo.
was going to be news on the shape of Sean Merriman's head.
He's a big guy, though.
He's
man.
huge.
Yeah.
But it's just, I think it's the picture, but his head looks weird. I love Sean.
Yeah,
But his head looks very strange, though.
Yeah. So people are not, this is also people commenting in a negative, you know, just joking around. But what do you personally think about that tattoo?
Well, it's crooked. You know,
That's
it's like,
one of the comments.
The bottom's doesn't
Yeah.
line up. And good Lord, dude, that's like number one. Your tattoo artist has to line up.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind it. Here he has neck tattoos. It doesn't look bad.
I thought he had some of the best tattoos in the game.
You're not feeling that one, Chin?
This one, I'm not really feeling it, but
I mean, but I wouldn't be like, oh, it's the worst I've ever seen.
no, yeah, definitely not.
Like, you ever seen Volkov's fucking Moana tattoo before he got a samurai on it? You ever seen Brock Lesnar's dick tattoo?
Yeah.
Like, those are all way more significant. He's already done his fucking neck, so
So there's people are doing online.
let me see. Go up. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. That's what's gonna happen, though. You put it on your face.
If you do something that bold, yeah.
Bro stole my create character's face tat. Let me see. Oh, interesting.
But also Jelly has, you know, a similar something on.
Jelly has a ton of stuff on his face, though. When you just have one, it's you gotta make sure it's done right.
But I think this is more to like what you observed. Like it's just not.
Yeah, it doesn't line
straight.
up.
Yeah. Anyway,
You remember when the game got the butterfly and people were like, gay, and they switched it to like something else? The game's
was
butterfly.
that when you put the LA after that, or
yeah, he had to switch it because he had a butterfly thinking people were going to vibe with it. And everyone, you know, in the hood was like, gay. And then literally the next day he's like, check it out. I converted to LA tattoo. And like when you're a gangster rapper, that might be the worst of all time. When you're a gangster rapper and you got that giant wiener and then you put on that butterfly, he got
That is.
destroyed.
yeah, that is where you put the.
Now look at it now. Oh, now it's like a star with the LA.
Yeah.
He literally went back the next day and was like, hey, man, so people aren't feeling this. Can you do a star with LA on it? They're like, that's probably better, bud. That's the worst tattoo of all time. Not that the LA with a star would ever do your thing, man. The butterfly was tough. Butterfly was not the move in gangster rap. You know, it's miscalculation. He fixed it, though.
Yeah.
I don't think Cody's like, I mean, he has a neck tattoo, man. He has a
And also,
knife
I
going
think
down
like
his face.
if you know people consider Cody as a really good looking guy, right?
Handsome
like
bastard.
to put that on, I would be like, if he wasn't as good looking, go for it. But
Sometimes
you know,
guys with, you know, I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know. That's just my
As long
opinion.
as he likes it, that's all that matters.
That is true. That's very true. All right, so this is Sean O'Malley paying rent for people.
Just became a billionaire in crypto, and I'm just
Obviously he's
spreading the
joking
word, paying
there.
people's rent. You doing what?
Paying people's rent in the neighborhood. I just became a trillionaire in crypto.
Trillionaire?
Ethereum is booming right now. You familiar with crypto?
Yeah.
Yeah, I made a lot of money. I'm not trying to sell nothing, just trying to give money to people that may need some help. And I was cruising around the neighborhood.
Well, is you God or somebody?
I've been called God before, yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, what's your name?
Sammy.
Sammy? Yeah. Sean, nice to meet you, bro.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, just helping people out.
Lord,
yeah, praise the Lord Jesus.
Oh God.
Yeah. So,
God is good.
Yeah, God is great, brother. God is great. Real?
I do not believe this.
What are you gonna buy?
I got 2 cars that need fixing on. I don't have no air conditioning in there.
It's hot.
And my truck it does this.
Oh, okay. So, well, hopefully that'll help, brother.
It's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
There ain't nothing but a blessing.
Ain't nothing but a blessing, brother. All right, love you. Have a good day.
So that wasn't a goof. He really gave him the money.
Yeah.
Because he's acting like it's a goof, like he's kind of being funny and being goofy. But if
I think
he's
just
really
saying,
doing
like,
I think he really gave money.
Yeah, I think just him saying like the crypto at 3, that's a goof without a doubt. But he just gave him
no,
money.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
It's cool.
Yeah.
Do you do it more than one person, or?
it says he paid rent for people, but
That's cool.
I'm pretty sure this is probably a clip from his YouTube channel. So I don't know how many.
Shout out
things
to
he's
Sugar.
done.
No, that's dope, man.
Just giving any money to
Positive
any
stuff
other
today,
people,
man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh, this I thought was interesting too. Conor McGregor saying that he has a record label now
How much
called
money do you need?
Greenback Records, and that's his post right here.
It's Greenback Records, baby.
That's it.
I dig it.
Alrighty.
I mean,
All right. So I guess
Why?
after this, just the fights.
Diversifying.
yeah, you're right. But when you have that much money, dude, like when I see someone rich as shit, right? I do merch, and it's a grind, man. Or like even if you have more than one podcast, it's a grind. When I see like this, is what I said to Howie Mandel. You know how rich Howie is? He didn't tell you all the business. He's behind so much shit. When he told me to start a podcast and was like asking me for advice, I went, why? The fuck? Then he's like slanging merch. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You already have all this money.
I mean, I'm sure it's in their blood. Like they want to do things, like create things.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, it surprises me that you're shocked by it. Like you're shocked by somebody working a tremendous amount of.
Yeah, dude.
Like
That's
Yeah,
you.
but I'm
you,
not
dog.
like set. Like I have to hustle. Like if you gave me, I don't know. Let's say you gave me $10 million tax free.
I think
I'd still do the car
we're still
stuff.
sitting here right now.
Yeah,
doing
I do
this.
too. I do.
Yeah,
I think you need to do stuff. That seems like your personality. You need to create stuff and
yeah. All right, fair point.
and also
yeah, all right,
yeah.
yeah.
Like can you imagine just
I
sitting
don't know if
home?
I'm doing merch though.
But if you're just sitting home with, let's say, $30 million in the bank, you're just sitting home. Can
Oh
you
no,
do
I'm not
that?
saying I'm not doing anything. No, I'm not saying that. Howie already has a ton of stuff going on. He's on America's Whatever Got Talent. He's doing all this other stuff.
But I mean, he's set though. Like he's set for life with his
I know.
money. So,
But he still has a job. I'm not saying I would just stop everything,
yeah.
but I don't know if I'd add more to. You know what I'm saying?
I think you would.
Yeah, I agree.
I honestly believe you. If you had like a ton of money, you'd be like, let me do this, let me do that. Yeah,
I
yeah.
could do this. Now. Yeah.
Which is a great quality, by the way.
Yeah.
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 And for Connor to do the music thing, it's not like he's in there like listening and like producing music. He's cutting a check, and somebody came to him with a business plan.
He's the
like,
face
okay.
of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have Big Brown Records.
Maybe I have Thick Boy Records. We did
Oh, yeah. See, you already
we
do.
did go
There's
platinum.
already a thing, yeah.
We did go platinum.
Yeah. Calling the kettle black over here.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, you're right. It's like even with Daniel Ricciardo, F1, mega fucking millionaire, so famous. He's coming about merch. He's like, I'm trying to get this profit margin. And I was like, why? Who gives a fuck,
Oh,
man?
when you say profit margin, that kind of changes a little bit. But as far as like creating and doing new stuff,
Well, he was just like, how much should I pay for this shirt? I'd rather get this.
I was just learning about the
Yeah, I was
actual
like-
merchandise game.
And I'm like going through it. And then I was like, wait, why? Why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I got problems.
Good problem though.
I guess, man.
Hey, dude. We have jobs because of you.
Yeah.
The only problems you got is those shoulders. You got to get some lotion on those, player.
Oh, I know, dude.
Sunblock.
I don't believe in sunblock.
Oh my god, dude.
You look into it, scam. Look into it.
I do it every day.
I don't do sunscreen.
All right, well,
You
you
know
guys
what's up.
look younger than me. So
Look into it, dude. Look into sunscreen. Where it started. Cancer, skin cancer going on.
hey,
now.
dude, don't say that.
I'm just saying. Look into it.
I'll
That's all
look
I'm
into
saying. Are we vibing? Sure. I'll tell you what I'm be vibing on this Saturday. UFC 304. Dana White said, forget the European crowd because we doing it on American time. This America. He spoke at Trump's Republican convention. You think he's going to bend the knee to the UK and do it on your time? Nope. Hey, everybody, wake up and fight at 3 a.m. for us so you can entertain us. That's what we're going to do, America. Okay? And you have a great, tasty ass card. I'm so excited for this card. Not doing the fight companion. We have to cancel the fight companion. Few issues for me and the boys, but we'll probably do one in August with Rogan, but we're not going to do it this Saturday. Not mad at it. Your boy's been gone, so I'm not mad at it at all. It's a great card, though. You got Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad, Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blaydes, right? The rest of the cards are the undercard, the 5 fights on the main card, all fantastic. The narrative on this, Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad, Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blaydes are such good fights. I don't know how this card's going to do on pay-per-view because Bilal Muhammad, Curtis Blaydes, they're not your Alex Pereiras. They're not your John Jones. You know, Bilal's not some huge name that, you know, the fans and the public, you know, and the casuals want to see. But this is exactly who they should be fighting. These are the best. Well, the number one welterweight in the world. You got the number one heavyweight in the world. This is exactly what they should be doing. You might not like it. Your mom might not like it who watches the occasional UFC because Conor's not on here or John Jones isn't on here. This is exactly what the UFC should be doing. These are the toughest fights possible for both these gentlemen. And to me, this UFC in Manchester, the narrative from this is you're either going to get 2 superstars, the 2 faces of the division, or you know it's going to be a tough night because these matchups are not made for this to be an easy fight for either guy. These are both tough matchups. These are Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blaydes is a much more tougher fight than Tom Aspinall, John Jones, than John Jones, Stipe, than John Jones, Alex Pereira. Will it do better pay-per-view numbers? No. But it's the fight that should happen at heavyweight. To me, let me take some heat for this, but to me, Tom Aspinall, Curtis Blaydes is for the number one heavyweight in the world. John Jones been too inactive. We haven't seen enough of him. What he did to Cyril Gane was the easiest matchup possible for him. Is he the GOAT? Yes. I'm not saying he's not. I don't know how good at heavyweight he is. I know how good Tom Aspinall is. I know how good Curtis Blaydes is. I think Curtis or Tom would probably beat John at this point. He's older. Again, don't confuse this with him not being the GOAT. I'm just saying you're talking about 2 guys in Tom Aspinall and Curtis Blaydes in their prime, and what based off the layoff that John has had, the injuries he has had, the issues with the law now, I think Tom and Curtis would provide a lot of issues for him, and I'd probably favor both of them over John right now. So I think the UFC should make this the number one fight at heavyweight. This should be and most people know this. These are the 2 best heavyweights in the world. This should be for the solidified unification number one heavyweight champion of the world. It won't be because they're going to keep pushing this Stipe John Jones fight that nobody wants to see. To me, this is the real number one fight. This is it. The John Jones Stipe is going to be out there. Who knows what happens with John's legal issues now? I don't know. I can tell you these 2 guys beat both of them, and they're fighting Saturday night. That's real. And if you assume Tom Aspinall is going to win this fight, bud, this is such a tough matchup for him. What do we learn those 15 seconds? If you're Tom Aspinall, don't throw leg kicks. People watch that and go, there's not much to take away from there. There is on both sides. If I'm Curtis, Tom's faster than you on the feet. Tom has faster hands than you. If I'm Tom, I can be careful with kicking. Granted, you threw that kick, you stepped back, you blew out your knee and took whatever year off. It wasn't that. The alarming part is if you didn't step back and blow your knee off, Curtis Blaydes' counters were right there, dude. If you didn't go back, you would have got fucking clipped. Probably wouldn't be throwing too many kicks if I'm Tom, based off those 15 seconds. But we have no idea who's better. We know Curtis Blaydes, without a doubt, is a better wrestler than Tom. Tom probably a better striker overall. Curtis Blaydes pretty damn good striker, has power too. Tom probably better at jiu-jitsu on top. And I guarantee Tom is staying down unless he just starches him in the first few seconds. But as the fight goes on, Curtis is going to get him down. What's Tom like on his back? How good are submissions off his back? It's tough being a big guy to submit guys. Off your back, it's really, really tough. Really fucking tough. There's a few guys. For Doom, probably the last one to do it. The last like legit guy that you have to worry about from his guard. Other than that, we don't see it at heavyweight. Your hip movement, where the game's at now, Curtis Blaydes having a good base, and Curtis Blaydes known for his ground and pound, so Tom can't take too many chances, can't open up to create scrambles and stuff. You got to be careful down there because Curtis will knock you out from his ground and pound. It's such a tough fight for Tom. And if Tom beats Curtis, if he starches Curtis, it's undeniable. He's the number one heavyweight in the world. A lot of you anti-Tom guys are like, no, it's John Jones. It's not. No, it's Francis. It's not. You know what Tom would do to Francis grappling? To me, this is for number one best heavyweight on the planet. Curtis is tough, man. Curtis is fucking tough matchup. And I think Tom's going to be put in positions that it's not going to be all rainbows and freaking crumpets for him. He's going to have to fight. And I think we're going to find out exactly who Tom is. I think he passes the test. But don't be surprised if Curtis pulls it off. Don't be surprised at all. But this is my number one heavyweight fight in the world. And then with Leon Edwards, Bilal Muhammad, you got to realize Bilal's been training with Khabib's camp for how long now? How long has he been vying to fight Leon Edwards, talking all that trash? And Khabib's camp, not exactly a striking powerhouse. So what do you think he's doing there? Pressure, cardio, grappling. What's his best way to beat Leon? Stay on the outside and try to outstrike him? Not a chance. Bilal's only way to win is grinding it out, applying pressure, taking him down against the cage. Leon's takedown defense is very good, but this is all Bilal's been doing. Bilal wins. It's Bilal via decision. You guys will be so unhappy. If he loses, he gets starched. He gets KO'd. Leon won't win a decision. He's not going to win this fight in decision. Leon wins via knockout. Bilal, I think the only way he beats him is by decision. Again, tough fight for Leon. So I think this is a chance for Leon and Tom to separate themselves from the pack. I think Leon's that fucking good. But again, Bilal's a tough matchup. Tom, I think he's that good. Curtis Blaydes, a tough fucking matchup. That's why this is the correct number one, number two. And Tom Aspinall, number one, number two, Curtis Blaydes. This is exactly where they should be at. They're great fights. Great fights. Let's take a little break. This one's important. One of my faves. The summer is winding down, man. Those travel ball dads, you bring your cooler of beers, you're watching your kid ball out those hot summer days, you're having some cold ones, then you realize, boy, I might have had one too many. My kid struck out a bunch and I'm drinking way too much. What am I going to do? We got another game tomorrow. I'll tell you what you do, Dad. I'll tell you what you do, travel ball, Dad. What you do is get some safety shot for you and the other dads. That way you wake up refreshed the next morning. You don't have to worry about going to the bar to celebrate after the game. You wake up the next morning fully recharged, fully refreshed, ready to motivate that little dude to ball out the next day. That's why the world's first alcohol detoxifier that reduces blood alcohol content in as little as 30 minutes comes into play here. I'm talking about Safety Shot. That's right, get you a cold 4-pack for you and the dads out there. Put in the cooler next to the cold ones. It gives you a sharper mind and body, liver support, well-being boost, gut support, hydration. All right? So whenever you're feeling overserved or you're just celebrating a little too much of that little league game as a dad or mom, we got you covered. All you got to do is go to drinksafetyshot.com, order you some. Why don't I give you guys 10% off? Use the promo code Brendan. That's my name, BRENDAN. Drinksafetyshot.com. Get that 4-pack. Get that 8-pack. Get that 12-pack for all the dads. All right? Drinksafetyshot.com. Sober up. Feel great the next day. Drinksafetyshot.com. Promo code Brendan. Bobby Green, Paddy Pimblett. Great fight. You guys are going to be surprised with Paddy, I think. Of course, Bobby can knock him out, but you're going to see why Paddy's a special character, man. I think he submits him. Arnold Allen, that poor kid. Everyone trashed him. Oh, fraud check when he lost to Max Holloway. How's that loss look now, bitches? Arnold Allen is so fucking good. Giga's good too. I think Arnold beats him. Christian Leroy Duncan, so excited about that guy. That should be higher on the card. Can't wait, though. Can't wait to chill at home and watch it, too, man. A freaking tasty UFC pay-per-view. Sign me up, dude. Sign me up. But that's it, kids.
You have any picks as far as like betting-wise?
Bilal plus 200. Curtis Blaydes plus 295. Again, when I make picks, it's based off making money. It's not bad to put 100 in parlay Curtis Blaydes and Bilal Muhammad. You put 100, you're making good money. I can see both of them winning. Will they win? Probably not, but it's worth the risk of parlaying that. Put 100 on each parlay because you have a plus 295 and a plus 200. They both have the skill and mindset to get it done. Not crazy underdogs. I can see both of them winning. I like Leon Edwards under 4.5. I like the plus 165 because I think if it's over 4.5, that's Bilal, and if it ends early, it's Leon. I like Leon under 4.5. That's good money. Tom Aspinall over 1.5 plus 130. That's not terrible either. There's some tasty bets here. Paddy Pimblett minus 102. Bobby Green minus 118. Parlay Paddy in the under. Arnold's a minus 245. That's too much of a favorite. Yeah, there you go, man. Enjoy the fights, kids. Enjoy the fights. It's a good one. Drive fast, all gas. Win your dream truck. We are live. I can't thank you guys enough, man. The printing shipping company is on overtime. They have to work on the weekends. We've had so many orders. So I can't thank you guys enough for making this a success. We have a special drop this Friday. It will only be for 3 days. I won't tell you what it is, but trust me, it's a special drop where you get 30-time entries. And we're going to drop it Friday morning. It's going to be live till Sunday night. It's a dope collab, and it's the only time you can get it is those 3 days. And that's your way to win the truck. We got all the bundles. Life's too short to drive electric cars. The King Shocks collab. We have all that. So yeah, if you want to win the truck, now's your time. I think there's 4 weeks left, and then August 31st it ends. The winner will be announced probably 2 days after that. So it's been fun, man. It's been great. If you haven't seen it, Autotopia YouTube does the best job. They covered the whole truck. Autotopia is one of my very favorite channels. It was an honor to be on there. It's live on their YouTube right now. Just go to YouTube, Autotopia. You'll see my truck on there. Yeah, so go to drivefastallgas.com, get some merch, win this truck. Hopefully whoever wins it enjoys it and use it for what it's worth. But can't thank you guys enough, man. Love you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, doing your thing. Till next time, enjoy the fights this Saturday, UFC 304 in Manchester, England. All right, kids, I'm out.